Well, speaking of vandalising art, the relentless eco-protests causing chaos across the capital arrived at the National Gallery today. Pathetic, isn't it? Two Just Stop Oil activists threw cans of tomato soup at Van Gogh's £70 million masterpiece Sunflowers and then superglued themselves to the wall. Shocked witnesses called security before police arrested them for criminal damage and aggravated trespass. The painting is now back on display. Elsewhere, fellow protesters marched on Scotland Yard, spraying the iconic revolving sign with orange paint, prompting a further 24 arrests. I mean, frankly, if they want to pour orange paint over the sign to Scotland Yard, I don't have much problem with that. I mean, they're trying to make their point. I don't really care about their point, but they've got a right to protest. But I find infantile vandalising of works of great beauty, masterpieces like this. Only recently they attacked the Mona Lisa as well. Do you remember the Taliban destroying those fantastic sculptures?
You just said it'd make a great TV programme.
Huh?
If Jimmy Carr was doing it, you'd have a
It's not a TV show, it's not a TV programme. I didn't say let's go and film them and tell it. I think that these people, I think this is infantile vandalism.
You're right.
And these people should be sent to jail for life.
You're absolutely right, but they didn't actually damage anything, did they? They poured some soup on a plastic box. The painting was not destroyed. In that museum, there's plenty of paintings that aren't covered in boxes, and they could have gone and glued themselves to that. They could have cut things up. They didn't. They've done it to make a statement. They've caused a bit of dirt, a bit of soup, maybe some stickiness to the glass.
Look at them.
Aside from that, nothing else.
Soulless Philistines, that's what they are.
Experimental Van Gogh actually would probably look at this and think, yeah, you guys are doing a good job.
They've got no soul, these people. They're Philistines.
Just gone along
it's
and
a disgusting thing to do.
Tomato soup over them. Yeah, they like it. That's what I would do. That'd be a good punishment.
All that's going to end up happening is they're going to have to make security tighter and ban people from taking in food and liquids into these museums if it continues.
Well, it's obviously going to continue until the end of the school holidays, which is as the same as it is every other time when they'll be back at at Christmas or half term, the next half term, and then back again at Easter.
Shall I do that line that I always do?
Yeah,
where I say, why don't they do? They should take us all with them. But you know what I'm going to say, which is that you've got to have people on your side, and this, unfortunately, generally tends to alienate people because it looks charming.
Well, you say that, Penny, but actually all oil has now stopped being used. That demonstration was entirely successful. It's pathetic. No one will pay any attention.
We spoke yesterday on the show about people disrupting ambulances from being able to get to hospital. That I disagree with. This is my kind of activism.
Yeah.
Nobody was harmed. They threw soup at a piece of glass.
Yeah.
They glued themselves. OK, they super glued themselves. That must have been an inconvenience, and maybe for the cleaner it's disrespectful. However, they've got our attention. They did it in front of a Van Gogh. I'm sure that many children across the country will go, oh, never heard about that painting before.
But the thing is, though, one, I very much doubt that they're smart enough to know that it was covered in some kind of...
Of course they know.
No, of course they didn't know. These people are idiots, right? The bottom line is they keep going on and on about the suffragettes and going, it shows you that direct action works, and you would have said the same about the suffragettes. First of all, no, because if we were arguing about the same two things, you'd be saying, just stop getting oil out of the ground when you weren't getting it out of the ground. The fact is we've got oil, and you don't stop something that's already been going on for years and years and years and years. And also, there has never been a successful campaign of proper civil disobedience. Look at the Greenham Common women. They were trying to stop nuclear weapons. Putin still got loads of them. So, there's no actual record of any success since the suffragettes, which is a bloody long time ago.
Because I support the cause, I think it's worth mentioning because we're talking about, the morality of it. I also want to talk about why they are doing it and what they're protesting about. People from underdeveloped countries around the world are facing the effects of climate change largely caused by developed countries. We're seeing...
That's not true.
In your view.
In my opinion, if you let me speak it, I will finish it.
Yeah, but don't say it as a fact.
In my opinion, in my opinion, and
Many,
many scientists' opinion, across the globe, climate change is real and is happening. And swathes of people in underdeveloped countries, and I hate that description, but that's how it's known, third world countries across the planet are being moved en masse because it is too hot, because there are floods and because there is famine in the area. And we sit here and go, hey, it's just a little bit warmer in winter, who can complain? I think it's important to note that, even if Kevin doesn't agree with it.
It's not just me,
let's hang on, let's-
scientists,
let's-
a lot of
let's-
scientists
It's
don't agree.
about whether you
let's have
actually
some
lay it
proper
at the
perspective.
door entirely of
let's
oil,
have some
or
proper
whether you should lay
perspective
it
here.
at
The
the door of some
reason,
other things.
and nobody's doubting that there is climate change, it's about the cause, right?
Exactly.
The cause is largely driven, actually not by the West, but by developing countries like China and like India, who have massively industrialised over the last 20 to 30 years.
Just like we did.
Yeah, but in India, there's many more people than there are in the West. And in China, there's many more people than there are. More people have got cars, more people have got electric devices, more people have got
And
fridges,
deforestation in
more
Brazil.
people have got air conditioning
Still
machines.
as many per people as us.
Yeah, but the point is that, you know, it's wrong to blame the West, and it's the narrative that comes from the left that it's all our fault and we should all be
I
really
didn't say the
sorry.
West.
Well, you did.
I said
You said
underdeveloped.
You
and
said
developed.
developed countries. Well, I presume you would call India a developing country, wouldn't you? And China is a developing country, even though it's very powerful. There's a lot of very poor people there, but their lives need to be improved, and it's improved by petrol and oil and everything that it makes.
Yeah, and it might be wrong. It might
Thank
be
you.
wrong to blame humanity at all for any of this.
Oh,
Jury's still-
gosh.
Well,
Oh, no.
there are many scientists.
no.
who
There are
believe
very
it.
few.
There are
No,
none.
I think there are
please.
very
That's
few.
not
Kevin,
true.
just go to break,
That isn't
please.
true. Coming.